Hello, my fellow individuals. I'm Mr. Mini-Masked Man here, and today I'm going to react to Logan's second trailer, and I believe final trailer, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, so, and obviously if you've not seen the trailer yet, then please watch it down below in the description box before you watch this reaction / somewhat discussion. Alright guys, Logan, Hugh Jackman's final film is Wolverine. Oh boy, and R-rated, so all the good stuff coming to this. And oh yeah, actually I forgot, it's also Patrick Stewart's last film as well as Professor X. So, oh man, you know, the two that started from the first X. I remember way back then, X-Men 1, the very first one back in I want to say early middle school or 5th grade, so many years ago. I think 2000, 2001. Can't recall, but it was long ago. I remember that film. It was it was awesome. I liked it, especially Wolverine was like the big one that people loved. And Wolverine is just a badass in there, and still is today. After so many years has passed by, so it's almost like seeing like a friend saying goodbye. So, well, okay, maybe I'm exaggerating, but you know what I mean. So, man, gonna miss Hugh Jackman in this role, but I understand as well why. He's slightly getting older for this kind of role. At least I see. Well, actually, it's kind of not ironic, but it's almost like in a play on words with this one with Logan, since Logan is getting old. It is old man Logan's story is based on the film is based on that comic, so it kind of makes sense. It's like saying 2 in 1, you know. It's talking about both Wolverine and Hugh Jackman himself. Plus, Hugh Jackman also he wants to do other stuff. You know, he wants to do other films. He gave us enough of Wolverine. As much as I would still love to see him continue, all of us would, because that's just, when you think of Wolverine, it's Hugh Jackman. It just works, like Robert Downey Jr. in Iron Man, or Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool. So it just works. Well, I guess this might be a short discussion because I already talked a lot about this film in the previous videos. So we'll just see how this one goes. So without further ado, let's watch it right now. X-23.
Hello? You know you gotta pay for that, right? Hey, come on.
Jeez.
Not okay!
Takes a cigarette. Oh man.
We got ourselves an X-Men fan. Maybe a quarter of it happened.
Wait, what?
And not like this. In the real world, people die.
Logan.
I don't want to talk about it.
Logan.
Just stop.
They made a comic based on wow.
I need the girl.
What girl?
Come here.
X-23. Damn.
No.
The claws.
No.
Oh yes.
No.
The 2 claws. Shit.
And we're down.
R-rated indeed.
She's like you. Very much like you.
Oh yeah.
I'm not whatever it is you think I am.
She needs our help.
Someone come along.
Someone has come along. This is
awesome.
what life looks like. People who love each other. A home. You should take a moment. Feel it.
Oh, damn nice.
You still have time.
real though. March 3rd. Huh. Same release day as the Nintendo Switch. Nice. Anyways. Oh boy, this film. Man, I really have high hopes for this one for sure. I'm gonna try not to get the hype get over my head, because just in case if you're thinking way too high of something, high expectations, and let's say it just becomes a regular decent film, not terrible but decent, and you'll, because of the high expectation and the decency, there's like a big range where you're kind of thinking, yeah, it was okay. But if you kind of think it's gonna be a good, I think it's gonna be a good movie, and it becomes just being a good movie, and be like, that was a hell of a good movie. Or if it's way better, if your expectation is kind of just in the middle and it's even better than you expected, I'll love it. So, I really am hoping this doesn't, because with the X-Men films, it's almost like a gamble on almost all of these. Like for me, I felt, obviously, first one, I liked the first one. Second one, I thought was slightly better than the first one, so it was even better. Third one was a mess. Although I am going to admit, after, when I watched the third one and X-Men Origins Wolverine, the ones that we don't talk about the first time, I just saw it and I just got I got entertained and all that in the theaters. First time watching it, never really thought about it, analyze it, or know the true origins of these characters until later, where I learned more about the X-Men and read more about the info, a little bit of the comics, and then I understand why. Why the hate and all that. But then when I look at it again, even if without all the knowledge of the X-Men, just as a movie, I'm kind of saying it's like, yeah, it was actually not as good as I thought it was. It wasn't flat out terrible, but it just wasn't, it didn't live up to that. Well, maybe X-Men Origins Wolverine, yeah, but... And then I know the whole Deadpool thing. Yeah. So, but anyways, yeah, for me, so it's like the first two movies, good. Third one, no. Origins Wolverine, no. First Class was debatable. A lot of people liked it because it's a new, fresh start. And other people saying, well, this isn't the same characters because it's the younger version of the X-Men characters, which obviously means different actors, etc. But I think, James McAvoy and... Michael Fassbender are doing pretty well for both of their roles. For me, they carry the films of the new gen, or the younger versions of these X-Men characters on those films from X-Men First Class and so forth. So I like First Class. I thought I did. The Wolverine, I thought was actually, it was all right. It was neither bad or like really good either for comparison to the X-Men films. I thought it was kind of like in the middle where I'm like saying, it was a right one-time watch situation. Days of Future Past, I actually really enjoyed that. And again, it's kind of more that latter. Some people just flat out hated it, and some people loved it. I didn't see barely any middle ground with that movie where people said, oh, it was alright. It was either just they freaking love it, or people just flat out hated it. So, and then X-Men Apocalypse, for me, it's kind of below average, barely mediocre at the very top, just being generous. I originally would give it a 5 out of 10, or 5.5 out of 10. Or hell, even, 6. If I want to be extremely generous, it's 6 out of 10. But there are so much things they could have done with that movie. So you see what I mean? Like, it's just kind of, with X-Men movies, it just kind of goes back and forth, back and forth. So I'm hoping this is the one that's on the good side. That'll actually be one of the good ones. So, and I'm looking at it, and I really do have high hopes that it'll be that way. I really do. It just looks good. So, I have confidence this movie will be great. I'm definitely going to see this one in theaters. The only movies I see in theaters are either Marvel films, whether it's from the MCU or 20th Century Fox, or well, I guess you still want to count somewhat as Sony with Spider-Man, but Spider-Man's not part of the MCU, so... basically I see all in theaters. The only one I have not seen didn't want to see was that third or recent Fantastic Four movie. That was the only one I did not see in theaters. But other than that, any of them, I go see immediately in premiere or as early as possible during that time. So I'm definitely seeing this one, for sure. It's a for sure thing. But I think it looks great. It's going to look brutal. It's going to have... it's gonna have a lot of feels into it too. And there's some moments where you can say, "Oh man, it's gonna have feels." So I think it's gonna have almost everything in one for what we're expecting for a Wolverine film, and all that. So, yeah, can't wait. And I think so. Now that I think about it, just very quickly, this will be Wolverine's last role. Like, no more Wolverine, period, or just Hugh Jackman not playing Wolverine, period. If it's just no more Wolverine, then I assume X-23 is kind of going to take over that spot from now on to the future X-Men films. But now that I think about it, X-23 in here, this is after where almost all the mutants are dead, or there's no more mutants, so she can't take place during the time where James McAvoy and Michael Fassbender and all those guys, or Jennifer Lawrence, those characters, she doesn't become part of that continuation. In this case, she's just a girl, so it's kind of hard to see that there, because it's in the Apocalypse was in the 80s, right? So maybe not. I was thinking she was going to be, from now on it's going to be X-23 instead of Wolverine if they're doing more X-Men films and beyond. Unless they do something again with the timeline, which, that whole debate about time. But if not, unless they're going to still do Wolverine but another actor, and then we're hoping, if they're going to do that they'll find a pretty reasonable one to play that role. Nothing's going to top Hugh Jackman, but at least someone will say he's decent. He's a different take of Wolverine, but still acceptable than just flat out, oh, dude, this guy's not doing it. So I'm hoping so. In this case, that they actually, if they're going to go for that they actually do find someone just as good, or at least appropriate for Wolverine's role in the future X-Men films. So yeah. But anyways, I think that's all I gotta say for now. But yeah, this is the last trailer, last analysis, so definitely seeing it. And yeah, that's all I gotta say. So thank you guys for watching, and if you like the video, you know what to do. And as always, I like to say to all you guys and gals here, I hope you all have a nice day.